Portugal's perfect athlete, Shanna, and you're watching Savvy Corona.
Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Sabi Kenrana. Today I am with Shanna. I have the great honor to be with her. Hello.
Hi, it's an honor for me to be in your YouTube channel, and I really hope this is a very enjoyable conversation about women's wrestling.
Great. So let's talk about women's wrestling first. What do you think of the women's revolution, and what were your thoughts on the recent matches with the Royal Rumble, the Elimination Chamber, and the Money in the Bank?
Well, it's kind of shocking to me because when you look at women's wrestling a few years ago, women were they only had like 2-minute matches. They weren't allowed to do anything, and to be honest, they were mostly booked, more for looks than anything else. But right now, I think that because of the fans also, things are changing, and the women are being given a tremendous opportunity to really shine and to really show how athletic they can be, how good they can be. I'm not gonna say they can be as good as men, but as women we can be really fucking awesome.
And a few months ago we had the Mae Young Classic. Obviously you've wrestled the winner Kairi Sane in Japan. What were your thoughts on that tournament, and were you even asked to be a part of it? Because you could have been a part of it if you wanted. Did you have a phone call about it, or did WWE reach out to you?
I did. They did reach out for me, but I really don't know, internal stuff that happens, but the last card did not include me in it, which is fine. It's also an honor to be considered for it. You know what I mean? In what concerns the winner, Kairi Sane, I didn't wrestle her. I tag team with her. We did with her a pirate tag team, and it was really funny. It was fun. She's so good, and she's so pretty as well, and so down to earth and humble, and it was a pleasure to work with her. It was awesome.
And what were your thoughts on the different nationalities that were there? Because you're from Portugal. No girl from Portugal was there. You've wrestled in France. Also, there was no French girl there. What do you think of the numbers of nationality that were in it? Because comparing to the males cruiserweight tournament, there aren't as much of origins. What are your thoughts about it?
Well, I don't know the internal aspect of it. I don't know, what was the criteria of, that they used to pick the girls up. But I do know, however, that each country would have a good representative, and I do think, although I was born in Portugal, French is in my heart, so I could have easily be a representative for both of them, and. To me, it's a shame it wasn't represented, but I'm really hopeful that on the next one, if there's a next one, that Portugal ends up represented, and France as well, and a few other countries that weren't represented, and they end up there, because it just makes for more diversity, Europe is not just England's.
Yes. And, African countries, Middle Eastern countries as well weren't represented. So.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't know what the scene is over there and how many girls are over there, so I really can't answer that question. They do castings all the time. Perhaps they'll see something in some girls and not in others. I don't know. I don't know the criteria, but I do. If they do something that's international, I'd really want to see that international feel on it. Different flags, like all the girls from a different country, that would have been awesome.
And speaking of different countries, you've wrestled in a lot of countries, and you've wrestled in a lot of federations, TNA, Stardom recently, and even some independent wrestling federation. What is the favorite federation? I mean, not federation, but did you like promotion? Do you like wrestling for independent promotion better, or Stardom in Japan, or TNA? And also, what country was the best country you wrestled in?
Oh wow, this is a hard one, because I love traveling, and I really enjoy going around the world and just going like full circle every year around the world, because it just allows you to travel and to see different things and meet different people, and and entertain different types of fans. I don't really have a favorite place. Like, I enjoy Japan like a lot, because of the different mentality. When I went there, the kind of training I had as well made me a better wrestler. To me, the United States, it's still the best country I've ever wrestled in. I have so many fond memories from it, and I just want to go back to the States. So I'm looking forward to going back, maybe this year. As for promotions, I can't really say I have I have a few ones that are like my little home promotions in different countries, like GWF in Germany or Kamikaze Pro in the UK. You know what I mean? WSU. In the States. So there's a few of them that I really appreciate working with, and I appreciate the promoters and the way I was treated, and just being professional, and also the crowds as well that go there. So there's a few of them. I don't have one single favorite.
And what are your thoughts on the wrestling scene in France, especially for the women now?
I think there are changes in the air with the women's revolution, and the fans, they demand that. They really want us to bring it to the table. It's just a pity that there's not a lot of French girls, like good French girls, in the scene right now. Or there's some, but they lack the training yet. They're still too green, to be able to put on a show like that. But it's getting there, so I'm feeling hopeful.
Do you have one name or a few names of French girls that could make it, in your opinion?
Well, it depends on what you mean by making it. Make it.
I mean, traveling a lot in the independent scene, and even in WWE. Why not one day?
In France, I really enjoy working Amal. I think she's a very talented girl. She just needs that little step, that little extra. But she's got a lot of potential. She's really, really talented. Recently I enjoyed wrestling Camille. She gave me one hell of a match back at APC like a month ago. I can't remember when it was. I'm sorry guys, but it was one hell of a match. And she hasn't been doing this. She hasn't been doing Tom LaRufa, everyone. She hasn't been doing this for a long, long time, maybe 3 years. But she comes from a wrestling family as well, so she's bound to one day be really good. I don't know. I can't really predict the future. I don't know if she's gonna make it or not, but I hope so. I mean, like, I'm not gonna last forever. I just, I want to empower other girls, and and we're better if we empower one another.
Exactly, I agree 100%. And what are your thoughts on, for example, ABC Wrestling here in Béziers is doing an all-women's wrestling show on the 27th of April. What do you think of that? The fact that these types of shows are developing in France, because we have the Shimmer, we have WSU, we have the Pro Wrestling Eve in England. What are your thoughts on that type of shows growing with the women?
It's a lot more work for us. No, I think it's good initiatives, and it's also because it's so much in demand right now. It's good business for promoters as well. We have more work, but at the same time, the fans want it. You know what I mean? So it's all good for the business.
So have you seen a sort of progression with the fans? I mean, because we can take, for example, the time during the Attitude Era or even the Golden Era, where the fans were a little bit sexist. Do you see like an evolution with that? Do you see that the fans are a little bit more respectful of your work today?
A lot more. There's still the occasional perv fan that really wants to see bras and panty match and titties. Some wrestlers are like actually like big machos. I hate that. Because we can bring so much more than
names. We want names.
No, I can't say names. No. But
I almost had an exclusive. Almost.
No, there's things I just cannot say.
It's okay. We understand.
But the fact is, it's still around, you know, that macho kind of mentality that, you know, women is a popcorn match and they want to see, you know, titties and ass. Obviously, you know, I do understand that a pretty girl will sell more, you know, and will be like more appealing to the eye, but it really depends on the character, the work that the girl puts in, you know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of diversity, and a lot more diversity right now, and it's more, people accept it more, you know, and fans actually want more. They want to see us doing crazy spots and bumps and just, you know, expressing ourselves, you know, as much as the guys do, you know, or even more. They really expect that from us.
Okay, so last question. You've talked about wrestling in the United States again in the future. Do you even consider maybe going to WWE one day? And did they reach out to you recently, except for the Mae Young Classic, obviously?
I've been through a few tryouts with WWE already. Unfortunately, at the time, it wasn't quite what they were looking for. It was before the women's revolution as well, so it was different, you know. I don't exclude the possibility of working with WWE if they reach out for me, if they invite me over to do a training day or a seminar, you know, to go under their seminars and see if that, you know, if I have what it takes. I'd be willing to. I don't exclude that, but I do like my indie life as well. Like I do live of wrestling. I don't do anything else in my life. I just travel around, do wrestling. That's how I earn my keep. You know what I mean? So no, I don't exclude that. I'd be you know, doors open. If the door's open, I'll go. You know.
Well, thank you very much for giving us your time, Shanna. Thank you so much, and we will see you again very soon, hopefully. You were on Sabrine and you just watched Shanna, who wrestled, I didn't say in the beginning, but at a show of Ouest-Catch in Plouasne in Brittany.
Yes,
so
I just wrestled. I just want a match.
You just want a match. Yeah, yes, and congratulations, by the way, on that win. That was a great match, and that was a great match with Amal as well. Unfortunately, we didn't get to interview her today, but maybe we will see her soon in that YouTube channel. Thank you, Shanna.